Do you know by the time you start fantasizing, now, turning someone on is like a mental thing. Now, tell me that you're not turned on by words. Just tell me that. Okay, no.
Hi everyone, welcome to Sonic Conversations, where we talk about lifestyle, mindset shifts and everything in between. Today we have an interesting topic, but first, let me introduce myself and the rest of the people that I have here. My name is Bennett Ampaire. Glad to be here.
Well, I'm Diane Duff.
And today we are very, very happy to have our interesting friend, our colleague, Evelyn. Please introduce yourself. Maybe there's a lot more that we do not know about you.
No, there's nothing more.
Yeah.
Basically, they've mentioned my name. I'm Evelyn, and I'm glad to be on this platform today.
We are happy to host you. You look good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, our topic today, I'll just put it up as like a scenario, like a topic to discuss. So feel free to jump in and comment, and we have a conversation in the chat section. So between men and women who react immediately after seeing someone, what do I mean by this? Men, when they see someone beautiful, a hot girl, a sexy girl, they just talk. They're like, oh, wow, she's hot. And somehow they are, turned on, or they're like, wow, I think I really want that girl. But for ladies, to me, it's different. For a lady, I don't think you can see a guy and then you're like, oh, like you're so uncomfortable. It makes you so uncomfortable, and you're like, I wish that guy, we should link up right now and do that thing. But it just stops there because you're just a lady. But for a guy, it goes far. Do you believe this is true? Like, do you agree with it or you disagree?
I agree that it's possible with ladies as well. Because for a lady, it's not easy to tell if a lady actually is turned on by just looking at a guy.
Yeah.
But the actual sense is, yes, we can be turned on.
Okay, to what extent, to you guys, what do you understand? Like, to what extent? Okay, I believe to a certain extent you can, like, you just, okay, now I'm just going to contradict myself, but I would say, like, you admire. To me, I just look at a guy and I admire, because it's only natural. You can look at a guy, he's cute, a guy just walked in office, or like you guys have gone out as girls, and then you're seated at a restaurant or a hotel or something, and then this hot guy comes in. You're just, all of you are girls. This hot guy comes in. He looks good. He's, even though he's not masculine, but he's really hot. He smells good. Like, you just look at your ideal man and you're like, yeah, wow, this guy. He just walks in, stops, sits there, and then you're here fantasizing. You look at the guy like, damn, this guy is cute. You can even talk to your girls and you're like, yeah, the guy is cute. But you go ahead, to think about him, and you're like, then you're uncomfortable, you can't settle, things just change, you're up and down because the cute guy is seated in front of you. I don't believe that, and I don't agree with that. To me, I'll just look at him, I admire, and it stops there. Unless, like, you do what? You just know there's something between you two, because you believe at a certain point, all those things that you're thinking in your mind are going to happen.
There could be nothing going on between you two.
Yes.
Like, it's at first glance. So at first glance, you've just seen this guy. Oh my God. Have you been to Chadondo?
Yes, I've been there.
Have you looked at those guys, like their body shapes and all that?
Yes.
But usually there's someone who strikes like your eye, and
the
like,
whole game
wow,
you're looking at the same guy.
I would like to understand something here. So I would like to understand what you've been saying. Are you trying to say that if I see a mere random guy, very cute, very handsome, does my mind start shifting, or you're trying to mean, let me say, if I have a crush on someone, and when I look at that person, I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Have you actually had like a real crush on someone?
Yeah.
You know how bad it can get?
Very bad.
like you fantasize about every single moment with this person. That's how bad it can get, even just by looking at a random person.
But
Not being your
no,
crush.
but you see, even
doesn't apply to everyone.
this is even something different. Having a crush on someone is something different. You can look at a guy, yeah, and you have a crush on him, but because you don't look at the same guy every day, or he was just passing by, it just stops there, because like you want
That's
home and you keep
admiring.
thinking
It's
about
like appreciating, like, wow,
yes, like you
that
want
guy is.
Now, let me tell you, there's a difference between admiring and fantasizing. We all know that.
yes.
I'll take a scenario of someone that I know. She looked at the person and she actually fantasized about every single moment. It was just one random guy. We all appreciated the guy looked good and top notch. If a guy smells good,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like every girl's weakest point. If someone smells nice, that's the first thing that like captures your attention and you focus on this person. You're like, oh my God. Now, as you're focusing on this person, you start drawing like a picture in your head. From, I'd say, okay, this is the first part that we start by admiring. Then we look at his structure. If he's actually standing, that makes it worse. Yeah. So if someone is standing, you're like,
undress that
yes, you literally do that. And then, okay, for a lady, okay, most ladies don't agree that they get turned on. But we actually do.
No, you can. Like
We do.
Yes, we
It's
do,
just
but
that we do not agree.
You should say I do. Not all.
No.
It has never happened to me.
It's very difficult. I'm going to use myself. It's very difficult. Yes, I've seen a handsome, cute guy for the first time, but I will not start undressing the guy from.
That is you.
Yes.
That's why we are very diverse.
Yes, that's why I've told you. Say I, not we.
So that's why
I can't say that it's impossible, because
No, it is possible.
It may happen to me as well.
Yes.
Even you, it may happen
No,
at
it
some
cannot.
point.
Yes.
We can't
No,
tell which exact point.
No, you see, for that to happen, that's why I'm saying, for that to happen, in your mind, you're sure, you're like, at some point, this
You're
is
going
going
to
to
meet
happen.
again,
Yes.
yeah.
Maybe you two are, there's something that is going to happen between you two. But not just someone coming in, or like you're at a conference, and then there's a guy, there's zero chance for you two to even talk. So he just comes over, he's like an MC or he's hosting the event, and you look at it like, yo man,
You're not even listening
you would,
to what he's
you're
saying,
not
for
even
you.
like, you're just grinning, like your eyes are like, this,
No.
like you. But
Even
for
if
guys,
there is no chemistry,
No.
even if there is nothing that
let me
going
give you
to
an example.
happen.
Do you know the amount of ladies that watch Korean movies? Do you know how those guys are cute? So you mean each guy we see, you're like,
you fantasize and
fantasize.
like that's why I've put it to a certain extent. You can look at someone and you admire, and maybe you just fantasize like, I wish he was my guy, but then it just stops there. But for guys, it's different. A hot girl will come over, just walk there and go, oh man, she's hot, bums with you. That's why like every man like looks at bums and they're like, yo man, nyash. Because like they just look at her and
Bum
they're
nation.
just uncomfortable.
You see how nyash turns them on? That's how abs and muscles turn ladies on.
Let me tell you one thing. Not every lady is turned on by
Not every
abs,
lady.
or some ladies. She can look at the guy's nose and it's not necessary that the guy's abs. No, you look at
You caught us off guard.
it's like looking at his toe and you're like, this toe, you know.
We are looking at that detail, not like a particular feature. We are looking at the entire
That's why I
structure of
told
the
you.
person.
That's why I told you. Women are different. Nga when the example, Emia knows. Someone they undress you because of your nose.
Evelyn, let me put it like this. Just imagine that hot girl. They put her there in front of two people. A guy, your friend who is a guy, and you have no, like, you don't know him as that kind of a guy. My husband follows girls up in Chivichi or something. He's just your friend and he's okay. Like, he's a normal person, tired girl and you have a wala or something. Then there's also a girl over you or something, and they've brought you ideal man. the guy is seated there in
The
front
word
of you.
ideal.
Then the lady also, the hottest chick in town is also there. They just sit, they are not doing anything, or they are having a conversation. It's like a TV show. So the both of you are just seated watching these guys. And in your mind, you're like, do you know your friend can easily be there uncomfortable? Nagamba, man, that chick, guys, guys like this, like, oh man. But for you, can you be there and then you're uncomfortable by the time you stand up and your chair is wet because you've seen a hot guy in front of you?
Physically, physically, it may happen.
To a woman?
Yes.
To that extent.
Of course, you won't like stay in the chair or
Of course
something,
no,
but
like,
you
of course,
assume you know what is going on.
You'll be feeling yourself. But do
Yeah.
you think it gets to that extent?
It does. It does.
Man.
Are you okay? No, I'm just being open-minded.
Yes, you're being
I'm being
open-minded.
open-minded.
Well, I won't disagree because Ella, we are totally different people.
Yes.
But man, I don't think that
I know
can
it
happen
can't
because
happen.
I believe anyway. I won't say it's for everyone, but like that's how everyone reacts. But man, there's something that is going to happen between the both of you. Nothing. You just look at him and you admire this. He's cute. Maybe fantasize a little. No chivako, you move on.
Do you know by the time you start fantasizing, now, you know, turning someone on is like a mental thing. Do you know we as
It's
ladies, we are attracted to what we hear. And just like you said, guys are attracted to what they see.
Yes, exactly.
Now, tell me that you're not turned on by words. Just tell me that.
Okay,
It's
okay.
coming
No.
Not from just
Who are you
not
telling
from
those
someone
words?
I've
Are you
just
telling
met.
them to me? That's why I have said, until I know there's something between. By the time it gets to that, we are two people. You're complimenting me, and I'm listening to that. I'm like,
Let me give you an example.
like,
of
you know,
foreplay.
so Katia,
when you and your partner, you're going to if you have no feelings for that guy, okay, for some particular women, if there are no feelings, or let me say you're angry, he pissed you off, now I call for a play, my dear. The mind,
exactly.
if he is not okay, nothing will be turned on.
That's why I said it is all in the mind. So by the time you start fantasizing, now fantasizing is definitely turning yourself on. Because it's a mental thing. You're looking at this guy, you're going through the detail of his body. And you're telling me that you're not turned on, like in your head.
No, Evelyn,
I
no.
won't get there. I won't there.
If I have just met you like this, or you've just bypassed me,
Or you
there
just
is
seated
no
there,
way
there's
I
no
am going
way.
to undress you immediately. I'll just appreciate and I'm like, oh, Bennett, that guy is cute. He smells well. But I've just seen you and then I start, oh, no.
Undressing is an overstatement. We are looking at this person fully clothed.
And how
but
they affect you.
how the body is just affecting you when it's clothed.
If the body is already affecting you, you're undressing that guy in your mind.
Man, this is really totally different because, like you've said, words. Some lady, yeah, and it's okay. It's true. Like you can get turned on by words, but by the time it gets to that, maybe you guys have talked, and at some point when it gets to that, you've seen the guy Richie. It's totally different. If he walks in, you even get a chance. You two talk, even exchange contact. And then in the evening, you start talking, what. In the morning when you saw that guy, you were just like, yo, he's cute. But now it's taking like a route somewhere. So in the evening, you've exchanged contact, and in the evening, you're on your bed, you're chatting, vichi. Then, it diverts to a certain, you know what I mean.
Now,
Yeah.
can I
That is totally
surprise you?
different. By that time, you might start thinking about that. And you're like, oh, it's the same guy I saw in the morning. Yeah. And you end up even, your body changes and reacts to that.
Okay, but now for the words will only work if you have a chemistry with the person.
Yeah, exactly.
But the situation we are in right now is for a total stranger, your ideal man. Do you know that in our Kampala bars, like you just look at this guy, you've appreciated, and you're like, I must get laid by this one.
Like there and then.
There and then.
Well, of course we've had stories. Things happen, and it's just a one night stand. I think you guys have also watched like a video way back of that chick shit happened in the bar. But yeah, we've had
which chick?
We've had those stories,
Please
but
tell me.
now
We shall mention names off camera.
No, don't mention names. Just tell a scenario. Maybe I met. Which one? Where?
Where there was a video leaked, like in one of the bars, they were smashing in the back.
In the toilet.
Oh.
Yes, yeah. Actually, for me, I thought, because I think the story was they were, seeing each other.
Yes, they
Me,
were.
I thought
That was
like
the
they were
boyfriend.
seeing each other.
I wasn't so sure.
Yes, but then someone also said, it was just like the stories weren't.
Dambos in Uganda.
It just happened. But yeah, we've heard of such scenarios like just people meet and nebachimaliriza. I don't know whether that's the word to say.
I'm still continuing.
Yes.
Now at this point, the babe was like put herself in that situation. She's like, I must get laid by this guy. Maybe she's not that kind of person, like who just randomly sees anyone and is like, oh my god, I must get laid.
Then why did it happen then?
That's why I said some things happen for certain reasons.
Tell us natural calamity.
For that to happen, Evelyn, of course, like we are human and all.
Yes.
But if you see the guy and you like him and you're somewhere, at least, put like something to eat and you're like, maybe if you want to get laid by that guy, get to know them, maybe,
Don't just...
Yes, but not like you're like, okay, it must go down tonight. Like,
But it's
there
are also those crazy girls who want it to like happen there and then and chigwe. Everyone wants what they want. So if I just look at someone and I'm like, this one, I want this one, and there's nothing that should connect us after that. It's just a fling and we go on.
That fling never locate me.
You don't say that never locate me. So like it happens there and then. You don't even exchange contact.
Nothing.
But would you do that? If it's to happen, would you do that? But when people are sick, so it's not...
That's why I say,
people are sick. You don't
like
just...
in the world that we live in today, you can't say that it's impossible.
Yes.
It's totally possible, especially with our night lives, like here and there. People drink a lot of different stuff.
Yes.
So if someone is high and she's like, I like this guy, and it should get down tonight.
There's someone who said by that when your mind is intoxicated, like when you start drinking and you're high, everyone is cute.
At night, everybody is cute,
No,
but
my dear.
Yes, that's what they say.
However drunk I may be, I will have night vision.
But I think however much you drink, you might not end up doing like those other things. You're like, okay, we are different here. You've drunk, maybe you're so stressed out, vichi, so you've ended up drinking like a lot at night. And then you start, there's this thing that when women drink, they get
turned on.
So Kati, now it happens and the person, the
What
person...
kind of alcohol have I been taking?
Have you taken red wine? Wine turns you on.
But it's different. How come like when you're drinking alone, you're at home and you're drinking alone and you're drinking wine, nothing happens. Or when you're with your friends and you're with the girls, you're drinking wine, like it doesn't come to your mind. But when you're with the person that you love and you're drinking wine,
Yes, I was going to ask you that. The person you love. So I can't be in a bar. I take wine and then, my dear, I start seeing the funders.
Over the weekends, I can't deny this fact. Sometimes I have wine over the weekend. I get turned on.
what you done? Sipping wine.
It's like a normal thing. It's
Okay, to you.
yeah. But when I'm with the girls, it doesn't happen. For some reason, when I'm alone, it happens.
Yeah, it happens because your mind...
Really?
Yeah, it happens.
And me, it's totally different because when I'm alone, I'm just like, you're just sitting,
don't
taking
drink.
your wine.
Oftentimes, I'm taking my wine and I'm watching maybe cartoons, like kiddie
What
shows,
is
but
even
it
in
happens.
here? Is it water?
This is water. Do pregnant women
Banana.
drink?
So you can't say that it's only when you're with the person that you like or love, as you have put it, because I use the word like a lot. I can't say love, like.
If I like you and I know something has been going on, like, or I believe something is going to happen, I can look at you the first time and nothing happens. The second time we start talking, something happens because I know there's something going on and something at some point it's going to do to happen. Yes. And even the same thing I'm talking about, wine and all. If I'm alone or I'm with the girls, because my mind is telling me, even though you're man, don't mess yourself up because nothing, you're not going to get some tonight. So like, why would I do what? Get turned on. But if I'm with a person and I know something might go down tonight, yeah, then my mind prepares that something is going to
Okay,
happen.
I'm going to switch code to her side a bit. Do you know that yes, you might like, not love, like crush on a guy, but he's not, is it called reciprocating the same energy with you, but it's only you in your own relationship with your own crush, and you fantasize that guy. Still nothing is going to go down, because yet amani na kumenya nti munani, this chick has a crush on me and all that.
But the body.
But you, whenever you see him,
If you're not giving me the same energy, why would I waste
No,
my time?
let's not be holier than thou here.
Benef, remember
No.
a crush.
No, like seriously.
Benef, it's a crush. It's a crush. Remember when you're crashing, there are very many things in your head. Like, now you start imagining
Let me
things.
give you a scenario. At campus, a friend had a crush on someone, on a classmate. So just started school and at campus, and like, yo man, the guy is he's cute. But you know how that thing like disappeared like out of the blue? I think there's something that guy did. Obanga, they were out, they not as them, but then maybe she saw him out, like, hanging out with other people, or there's something else that he did. So another person, another babe who had studied who had studied with the guy in the same school, high school, knew about these girls. I'm going to call her A. So A had a crush on B. B had gone to the same school with C. C was friends with A. They were like, those two girls were friends. So with time, of course, she got to know, like, man, these two, I think there's something between these two. When you have a crush on someone and it has gone on for so long, I think some people might notice. Every time this guy walks in class,
You start looking
yes,
down.
looking like, is he looking at me? And I don't know what was happening between those two, because at some point you would see them, the eyes are looking, and those two hadn't talked. It's even funny. I don't know whether they had the same energy or whether they were crushing.
Energy.
Yes, like, it so happened, or whether the guy realized the babe was crushing on him, and he also, I don't know, because it was funny. Every time at some point class is going on, they are turning, and because you know what is going on, you look at them and you're like, okay, their eyes are looking, like, what's happening? And these two haven't talked. But this is what happened. The C, who had gone to the same school with B, told this A girl, the A, that this guy in school used to do what? Was it smoking? Was it beating up girls or something? But it was something really not nice. And that exact same day, when this babe had that conversation with the friend, crush never. From there and then, like, it disappeared.
That is possible.
Like, never. And he started looking at the hands like, you cut it.
Yeah,
No, like, yes, and like, what was I even thinking? Like, thank God nothing has happened. Like, from there and then, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have
the person who told her was also a babe.
Yes.
Okay, case in scenario. I'm just saying case in scenario. What if she also likes the guy? Benef, do not joke with girls.
Anyway, we can't. Do not joke with girls.
Do not joke with girls.
But anyway, we can't tell. But that's why I'm saying, like, if you're not giving me the same energy, crush
that crush will stay.
Tonafuna go crashing. That by the a crush to leave. To most women or girls, a crush to leave may bring the guy against it. There is no contact. Yeah. But I am seeing you every day.
If you're not giving me the same energy.
But of course, for that scenario, it's
but how do you expect that guy to know? How do you expect that guy to know that, oh, Bennett is crushing on me? Unless if now your crush has graduated, that your body language, whenever he passes by or whenever you two are having a conversation, you look down, you be on phone.
Okay, now let me put it like this. Now this takes us to this other short thing. It's the same conversation anyway we are having before we close. So, like, to you, what would you do, Diana and Evelyn, even the people that are listening in, what would you do if you had a crush on someone, or if you've seen that hot guy we are talking about? And like you've said, like it has to go down, even though it's not then, or like you're having a crush. Yeah, like you're having a crush on this guy and you don't know, like, what would you do? Would you let it go and you're like, I'm going to wait on this guy until when he approaches you? Or like you're going to make the first step as girls? Because it has been
But girls
like,
do that.
that's a
I've never done
big
that.
thing that girls, that's a big thing that girls have been, you know, arguing about, and like, man, I cannot do what?
Make the first move.
I cannot make the first move. But you know, girls make the first move, like, and that's how they term it as like quitting. In some way, like if you maybe you know you start dressing nicely, you
But
then
me,
going
me,
for-
me, me,
Yes,
dressing
that's what-
nicely and me showing around when you're around the person you're crushing on. That is the first step. So you're saying I can't approach a guy because I'm a woman. You looking good for that person. That is the first step.
To you girls, what would you do?
Let me go first. I'm actually, let me say, I'm a bold person. I will make the first move. To be honest, I'll go. I'll say hello. I'm Evelyn. I'll start by I like your shirt. Can we be friends? If I see maybe he has something that connects us, maybe he's reading something that I know about, I'll be like, I have some knowledge on that. Like, that's where the conversation will start from.
Lecturer.
I know.
That's how we build we build a conversation. And at the end of the day, I'll be like, I think we should hang out. We'll make good friends. Can I take your number? Yes, I've done it.
You're bold.
I've done it. I start with just a mere conversation, and
But I think I've ever done that.
Okay, me, my ego, I don't know anyway, but I think, no, like, honestly, like, but what I've done, like, 'cause I don't know whether it was us being stubborn, but like, you see like a cute guy, you know, and you're like, hey, you're cute. I don't know whether it was being stubborn.
No, that's being
No, like,
stubborn.
I've
by
done
the way.
it, I've done it.
That's being stubborn.
Like, I've
Most
done it,
girls
like,
do that.
yes, and you're like, he's cute with you, you're like, hi. Like, there's nothing that you want with
And
them
there's
because you know
nothing
maybe
wrong with
nothing
that.
is going to happen. But then you see me like, yes, that guy is cute. So you just go, you even tap it, you're like, hi, how are you? You're cute. Even when you're in a bar, you can even do it. Somewhere because like you're like so bold to say that, but it ends there. Yeah, to me.
Me, obviously, if there is no connection between us, or if I don't have that crush on you, even though you're not aware of it, my dear, I will not just undress you in my head. No.
okay. For me, I wouldn't say a no, because we live in
Evelyn Pro Max.
a very different kind of world. You may say that can never be me, and it actually becomes you. So I'm leaving my head open.
If it happens,
If it happens,
it happens.
You're open.
I'm open-minded. I don't want to restrict it, because if I try to restrict it, it may happen and people will judge.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving it open. I can't say it's impossible, because I know it's possible.
Okay.
Well, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for
Listening in. Give us your views and let's discuss. Would you or would you not? Ciao.
Bye.